Come in.
Hello.
Hi, Maddie. I'm Erin.
Nice to meet you.
I work in the HR department here at Be The Match, and I was super excited to meet with you today. So today we're going to go over your midway early performance review for your internship here. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm glad it's Thursday. Super
Yeah,
excited.
it's almost weekend. Do you have any fun plans for the weekend?
I'm just hanging out with my nephew all weekend.
Oh,
my
fun.
sister and her husband will be out of
Okay.
town, so.
So do you have family around the area?
Yeah, my sister and her family live in St. Paul, so that's super close, obviously, to here. And then my parents live out in Orono, which is only like 25 minutes away.
Cool. And you go to the University of Minnesota?
Yep, I do.
Cool. How do you like it there?
I like it a lot. It was really overwhelming at first, but I'm in the Carlson School of Management, so
Okay.
once you like find your school, then it becomes a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
As your classes get higher level, it gets
Yeah.
smaller and smaller as well.
And you're a junior as well?
Yep.
Okay. So you've picked a major and everything?
Yep. I'm studying marketing and international business.
Oh, cool. Do you have any plans of what you want to do, or just kind of going with the general, see what comes your way?
Yeah, seeing what
Yeah.
comes our way. It was really marketing and international business are the only non-math ones that were the choices, so it fit with me.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I remember taking math in college, and it was just, whatever.
Yeah.
So I sent you your performance evaluation for you
Yeah.
to fill out, and you sent me a copy, and I reviewed it. So today we're just gonna go over it together. A lot of good things, obviously. You're a really good employee. A lot of managers have talked about you, and then we're just gonna talk about, maybe something you could possibly work on in the future.
Okay.
Nothing too big. So the first thing you wrote about in your performance evaluation were some individual traits you have, which one of them was you were communicative, which I fully agree with. I talked to your manager, Steve, and he thinks you are an outstanding employee when it comes to communication, that you communicate effectively and you inform us of any schedule changes ahead of time. And you were sick recently, and he said that played a big role in you communicating effectively.
Yeah, I had influenza last week.
Gosh.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was the whole week. I was
Mm-hmm.
out from school, work, and the internship. So I just made sure to email with Steve every day, as well as like the other people that I were working with and that were depending on me.
Yeah.
Just so they knew what was going on, and so they knew that like I wasn't blowing them off or anything, because it was out of my hands. Couldn't come to work at all, so I just wanted to make sure that Steve knew I was still keeping up with like emails, as well as just like preparing for the week after that, so I could still be on track.
Yeah, and that's definitely a thing that you should keep doing looking forward. So the second part was behaviors. So you wrote that you always anticipate what your boss wants, and you try to get the job done before you even ask, which again, I agree with. I think you definitely do that, and I'm just wondering where you've learned that through. I know behaviors are learned through, work environments.
Yeah.
And wondering what made you bring that sort of behavior to this environment.
Yeah, well, I definitely have flourished with that behavior at Be The Match, but it really started in the restaurant industry. I've worked in like a few different restaurants, and you are taught from the beginning, you have that training session, so you're taught what they expect of you and what you're supposed to do. So one of the big things that I did in every restaurant is just like go through that checklist.
Mm-hmm.
If there was anything extra that the manager needed me to do, that would be completely acceptable, but it was just making sure that I was fulfilling everything that they were expecting of me before they would have to ask. Like something so little, I know that like it seems very simple, but a lot of people have problems, and just kind of get lazy. So I didn't want to bring that to this internship.
Okay, so moving on, Maddie, another thing you talked about was competencies, and something that we take pride in here in Be The Match is our employees are really focused on establishing focus, which is something that you talked about. So could you explain establishing focus and kind of what that means for future performance?
Right. Well, obviously, because you've been they told me that you've been with the organization for 10 years now. Is
Yeah.
that right? Yeah. So obviously you know that like Be the Match is going to a paperless work environment. So it's a really huge endeavor to take on, especially at this organization where they literally had to keep a file of every single email, every single fax. So part of establishing focus is that I wanted to make a goal of helping Be the Match move more seamlessly and effective to the new way of doing this process, which is all on the computer now instead of with files.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to make sure that I was bringing any expertise in that background that I could to the job and to this position to help Be the Match, because that's not just for case managers where I'm located, it's for the entire company to really move forward. And because obviously, as you know, in the business world, most companies are going paperless, so it's a big deal. And it's kind of a big deal that they've taken so long to get to that spot.
Yeah, so our final source of information that we looked at when doing your performance reviews were results and outcomes. So coming into this internship, we had set a goal for you to move at least 1,000 paper files into an electronic format, which you talked about. And we definitely want to applaud you for that, because you moved these 1,000 files in just a matter of 2 weeks, which is huge. So looking forward, we might push you a little harder. We might. I think we're going to ask you to do about 3,000 more within your internship.
Okay.
I know you have a couple more months, and we think you're fully capable of doing that.
Okay.
It's really your strong suit. You're very focused, very timely, very responsible. You put a lot of work into this job. So as far as focusing on the future, something that we would like to focus, like you to work on, is staying busy in downtime. You do a really good job of it, but it's something where we want to keep our employees really busy all the time and make sure they're working on moving these paper files into electronic format. Just making lists of stuff that not future employees, but people who are coming in the next shift need to do. Is there any other things that you think you could improve on looking into the future?
I think that's a big one because I'm supposed to be working with another team called the Search Advocates, and so they haven't had a lot of work for me to be doing as we had anticipated, so that kind of gives me a little bit more downtime that I don't really know what to do with. And I know Steve has talked to you about that, and like if there are other projects that we could get me on. But I also think, just at the end of the day, making sure that everything I was supposed to do for that day I have completed, because just today, Steve wanted me to send out an email yesterday, and I didn't do it. And then I was thinking I'd just come in this morning and get it done, but it didn't go that way. So, so I know that's something I really need to work on.
All right, so we're about almost done here. So we're going to set up a couple dates to just kind of reevaluate what we went through. So after 30 days, I'm going to have you sit down with your manager, Steve, and he's going to talk to you about how the internship is going from your perspective and what else he wants you to do. And then he's going to ask you what you think of our organization, if there's anything that we can help to better your experience here at Be the Match. Then we're going to set up a 90-day evaluation, which is going to be, you're going to meet with some other people from different departments, and they're going to evaluate your performance. Again, you're going to say what you expect from them. And then there is your 6-month evaluation, which is you're getting to the end of your internship. I know this is a really extended internship, so there's a lot to learn. So you're going to evaluate us. And then for the 9-month exit evaluation, you're going to tell us about your experience here. And I know we also asked you to do a write-up job description of what you think should be expected of future interns at Be the Match. And then You will finish your internship. Hopefully you've learned a lot from us.
Yeah.
We've certainly enjoyed working with you. You've done really well with everything, and I think that concludes our
I actually have a
evaluation.
question.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So you said that the other departments are going to evaluate me?
Yes.
How would they do that? And like, so, because I know I'll be shadowing with the other departments, but obviously they don't really see me working as much, as like Steve does. So could you explain that maybe a little bit more?
So
just so I know like what I'm supposed to be doing once.
So they talk to your manager, Steve, and they'll have a discussion about how well you work with him. And then after that, he will give an evaluation to them. And then they'll have a discussion. You'll get an email about when they're going to set up a performance evaluation. And I know they haven't worked with you a lot.
So they'll be talking with Steve.
They'll be talking with Steve to get a vibe of like who you are and your goals and your individual characteristics, and then they'll have a one-on-one with you. And if they see you fit for their department, you can transfer. About midway through the internship, we don't want you sticking around. We want you to be a well-rounded employee. So you'll do this evaluation, and and then you have the potential to move departments, which is exciting because there's a lot to learn in other departments, and I know other departments are excited to get to know you. So do you have any other questions?
No, not really. Is there anything else you needed to know from me moving forward, or like anything that I need to know for my performance and like?
Yeah, I guess we're just wondering if you were ever interested in working for Be the Match in the future.
Yeah, no, I definitely am. This internship with case management has been great, and I know that you have a marketing internship posting as well, so I've applied for that, and I really like the Search Advocate team, and like if you would put in a good word for me there or something, like that would be great because they seem really wonderful team. So
yeah, they are. I know a couple of people in that department, and they work really nice. So that concludes our evaluation.
Okay.
I really thank you for your time. It's been nice getting to know you over the course of this internship, and you've done really, really well again. So we just talked about things that you did well. Thing you can look at in the future is, just staying busy, always working really hard to on the next project and anticipating the next project. So, So again, do you have any other final questions?
Not really at the moment. I'm hoping that Steve has liked working with me. He's been a really great boss. I think that was like a really good matchup because I know it was a long process to decide who would be my manager as well. So that was really great. No, I can't really think of anything. I really enjoyed my time so far. I think maybe I should get like cake or something for all those files that I've had to move.
Yeah, no, you definitely deserve an award for all the things that you've done. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time today. It was
nice meeting with you too. See you in 30 days.
Yes.